welcome back to the Turnbuckle Tavern's YouTube page. Today we're talking about Jim Ross and does he still have it? Before we get into that, though, make sure you guys click on the link in the description below, subscribe to the YouTube page. The link's going to take you to our Twitter and our Instagram page. It's also going to take you to our podcast page where you can rate, subscribe, and review to that. It's also going to take you to our Pro Wrestling Tee store where you can pick up one of our t-shirts. Click the bell up in the corner so you know when we're coming at you with more video. But let's get into the topic at hand right now. Does Jim Ross still have it?
You're goddamn right he does.
Of course he does. What morons. God, morons. It kills me, the people that get on Twitter and talk about Jim Ross the way they do.
Question his passion. These are new fans.
Yeah.
These are new fans who don't respect the business, don't respect the history. They want to get on Twitter behind their computer screen and on their keyboard and talk shit for the sake of talking shit like they know something. But if you are calling into question Jim Ross's passion, you're a fucking moron, period.
Yeah, you can't question his passion. And the fact that he even had to go and have a conversation, I mean, because it's happened a lot since AEW started. I mean, these new fans that are just seeing him now for the first time have been questioning his passion or just questioning his ability from the beginning of AEW. But for him to have to go onto his podcast and address somebody that tweeted Tony Khan talking about how bad he is, that's pathetic, man.
It's absolutely pathetic. And the only critique, and it's not even a critique, but the only thing I would say is like, Jim, don't listen to these fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Don't let them.
That's the only advice that I would.
Yeah. JR, don't listen to these idiots. Don't even give them the time of day, because you have so many long, hardcore fans out there and newer fans that love what you're doing. I love their 3-man team. Honestly, like, I got a motorcycle going by in the background. But Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, JR, when they bring Taz in, when they bring in Chris Jericho for guest commentary, like their group of commentary guys is the best in the business. And the anchor of that entire thing is Jim Ross.
Yeah. Yeah. He still has the passion. You can hear that he still has the passion. I just don't, it's sad to me that he has to address that. I hate that he has to address it because that means that it's gotten into his head a little bit, and it never should.
No, it really bothers me, and Jim talked about this when he addressed it, how, everyone's they almost get orgasmic over negativity.
Yeah.
And, I feel like the wrestling community, we're a very small community. It's, and we're very protective over wrestling and our love of wrestling. And I remember, a few years ago when that tragedy hit JR and he lost his wife, Jan, and the outcry of support and love that I saw on Twitter, and just the internet wrestling community kind of came out and really supported him.
Right.
And I thought it was such an awesome thing to see when Jim threw himself back into wrestling, because he had kind of been on the kind of away from it a little bit. He would do little spots here and there, but he obviously was grieving and dealing with things. So he wanted to throw himself back into his first love, pro wrestling, to take his mind off of this tragedy as much as he could. You're never going to be able to get away from it. And for these fans to question his passion in the midst of all the things he's had to deal with, the health issues in the past that he's battled through and came out on top.
Right.
The tragedy of Jan, all of this. And to me as a fan, and I've always loved JR from his early day, from his, early 90s, late 80s WCW stuff to obviously the Attitude Era up until now. But to me, I feel like JR's hit a stride right now. I feel like early on in AEW, you could tell that all those guys were kind of getting their chemistry. But like right now, to me, JR is doing arguably some of the best work of his career.
Seems like he's having more fun now than he's ever had.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it seems like to me. So, you know, the person for the quote here, it says, there's where I have an issue. To your ears, I did suck. If I did, I'll do better. Jim Ross shouldn't have to say that.
No, he didn't suck.
Yeah.
Now, if these fans are calling out Jim Ross, what the hell are you doing about Raw and SmackDown's commentary? Raw and SmackDown, not to always compare the two, but good God, if JR to you is sucking, how can you even watch Raw and SmackDown? That is the most lifeless, no personality, giving nothing to the storytelling, adding phoning it in, having someone in your ear. That is commentary that sucks.
Yeah. Michael Cole. I hate listening to Michael Cole talk.
Oh, I do too.
And
he's good at his job. When he can, he can get to those spots that they have in and out of spots. But as far as just straight telling a story of wrestling and having a good time, that's my favorite thing about AEW commentary is the banter between the guys.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Michael Cole could last or would be a good fit on the way AEW does it.
No.
I don't think it would be, you know, without having somebody in his ear saying, you know, this is what you have to say here. It'd be tough for him to hold his own.
And I love, some people view it as a negative with JR, but the thing I love most about current day commentary from JR, I love the old school, almost grumpy old man commentary. I love that he is giving people shit. I love that he's calling into question questionable ref calls, questionable things within the ring. I love that he does this. And some people view it as him like kind of blowing up the product, but I don't see it as that at all. I feel like he's adding a credibility, and it's hilarious to me. I love his cantankerous commentary. I think it's brilliant.
Him and Tony together plus Excalibur is a great. I don't think they couldn't have a better team.
I don't think there's anyone in pro wrestling right now in any promotion that has better commentary than Wednesday nights on TNT.
Yeah, nope, I don't either. And to the people that are tweeting, and the one guy in general that Jim Ross was talking about in there, we just have one thing to say.
Fuck you, buddy!
There you go.
Yep. Leave a comment in the link in the description or in the comment section below. Let us know what you think. Does Jim Ross still have it? I mean, the answer is yes, but let
100% he has it.
Yep. Click the bell up in the corner, subscribe to the videos so you know when we're coming back with more. We'll see you guys later.